Okay, we're going to take a look at the Ethereal Stakes on Saturday from Caulfield, race 3 on the card. 2,000 metres for 3-year-old fillies, 200k purse, Group 3 as I say. The short price favourite in this set in the red is Tropical Squall, the last start winner of the Flight Stakes in Sydney. Currently goes around 1.9, 1.2. We've just got a slight query over the depth of form out of the Flight Stakes, and considering it gets a penalty, has to carry 59 kg versus some lightly raced improvers who are well bred, stretching out to 2,000 metres for the first time. We just feel that there's good reason to oppose it at that price. We've found 3 runners that we can back to oppose Tropical Squall for a result across the race, all at good double figure odds. The first of them is the 12 Everlasting Kiss. The second is 9 Bond Mistress, last start winner, lightly raced. And the third one is Another You from the Dan O'Sullivan yard. If we go and take a look at the market and the pricing of these 3, Everlasting Kiss 26.0, 4.8, Bond Mistress 26.0, 4.8, and Another You 67 and 11. Together they occupy 4, 4 and 1.6% of the market, or a combined approximate 10% of the market, just under. So you can back them all with equal effect to get 10 to 1 in the win market, considering they occupy, or $10 in the win market, considering they occupy a total of 10% of the market. Mild confidence, we're pretty confident that we can get Tropical Squall beat here, and we're happy to take it on at the 1.90. So let's go and take a look at these 3. We'll start off by having a look at Everlasting Kiss first. Okay, Everlasting Kiss, well bred, lightly raced, having its 3rd career start by Justify out of the Street Cry mare Tears of Joy. And if we go and take a look at the breeding of this one, Everlasting Kiss, as I say, by Justify out of Tears of Joy, the Street Cry mare, good stoutness bred in the bottom half of the pedigree through the dam Tears of Joy, who's by Street Cry, a consistent stout influence. 4 from 33 winner, tried over staying trips. Second dam, the good Danehill mare Lucida, won 3 from 31. But once you get back to the 3rd dam, Peruzzi, this is where the pedigree starts to get really interesting. Peruzzi herself is a stakes winner, and she's also produced, she won the Group 2 Light Finger over 1,200, the Group 3 Tramway over 1,400, but she's also produced a stakes winner herself in the form of Lucida, who won the Nivison. And once you get back to the 4th dam, Our Diamond Lover, she's a stakes producer of 4 stakes winners for 16 stakes races, being one of the better distaff lines in the stud book. Don Eduardo, Tristalove. That makes Peruzzi, the 3rd dam, a full sister to Don Eduardo. And then you've got Antwerp there as well, who's a dam of Viscount. Tristalove, absolute top class. She won the Australasian Exercise Produce. Don Eduardo, another staying influence, won the Australian Derby, the Shannon's Classic, the Schweppes Cup. And then back to the fifth dam, the absolute Blue Hen, 8 carat, 5 stakes winners for 28 stakes races, including Octagonal, Carpstad, Moorwad. So there's more Zabeel influence, making Peruzzi, the 3rd dam of this one, 3/4 relation to some of the best staying influences in the Australian stud book, and some pretty good stallions as well. So this one, Everlasting Kiss by Justify, a side that we know his progeny train on well, kicking goals big time Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere time. His stud fee's just been increased from 100,000 to 200,000 Northern Hemisphere time, on the back of some stunning results with his 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds in the Northern Hemisphere. So 2 Group 1 winners in his 2-year-old crop Northern Hemisphere time, and 3 Group 1 winners in his 3-year-old crop this season. The last start, 3rd to Harlow Miss, was very good. Only beaten 2.2, came from well back, doing his best work through the line over the 1,800, goes out to 2,000 metres, fitter, 3rd up, The debut fourth, the Wolfie, was also very good. Finished behind Basilina that day, but just got a feeling has improved more than Basilina, which is also engaged in this race at 23.0. We've got Basilina 7th top rated in this. So Everlasting Kiss, top elect, New Peak expected, Blake Shin goes on, and a Serious Oaks chance as well. The second one that we want to be backing is the 9 Bon Mistress. Deceivingly well bred by Bonhoeffer out of the Scalado mare, Miss Scalado, and that's a good staying influence on the bottom half, being out of the Scalado mare. A bit of a left field pedigree, but once you get into the pedigree of this one, it quickly becomes evident why the pedigree's worked. Once you get back to the second dam, Goldsmobile by Promontory Gold, the son of Gorham West, she's produced another one by Bonhoeffer in the form of the Sir Rupert Clarke Stakes winner and the Caulfield Guineas Prelude winner, Bonorum, who's now at stud doing decent things as a stallion. He's got his first stakes winner from Limited Opportunities. So that makes Bon Mistress a 3/4 sister to Bonorum. Last start, the penny dropped over 1,543 metres at Geelong when it flashed big pars late to get the better of Sacred Eagle and the Jester's Sun by 1.25 lengths. Flew home behind Furious over 1,300 the start prior to that. Off a 2-month break. Third upfitter now out to 2,000 metres, New Peak expected, could surprise. And the third one that we want to be backing at the big double figure odds is Another You. Deceivingly well bred by Frosted out of the Teofilo mare Bahamas. Last start went to 2,000 metres, hit a new career peak behind Hurricane with declared interest back in third. They put a big space on him. Hurricane lightly raced 4-year-old horse by the good Northern Hemisphere sire Muhura, who gets plenty of good types. It's gone into the black book on the back of that 2,000 metre win, but if you go back to third, they put a 7.5 length margin back to third, which gives a good line to Naval Force and Zoosomic. But if you get further back into this form reference, the deeper you get back into this, 10.5 lengths back to fourth and 13 lengths back to fifth. And the form reference through the fifth horse home, I think. Yeah, the form reference through the fifth horse home, the Rip Van Winkle 4-year-old, beaten 13.5, puts Another You 10 in front of that, subject to improvement from that 10-length defeat behind Miss Aria, suggesting that Another You is in front of Miss Aria. Miss Aria has lines back to Shiva, Karina Queen, and Riff Rocket only beaten 2.1 lengths. So if that form reference stands up, then that means Another You is in well here. Deceivingly well bred by Frosted out of a Teofilo mare. And if we just pull up the pedigree on this one, okay, out of the Teofilo mare Bahamas, and she's the stakes producer of two stakes winners, being Berkeley Square, last season's Moonee Valley Vars winner, and also Seen October, the lightly raced stayer who won the Frank Packer Plate. So once again, good stoutness betting to the bottom half of this pedigree. The second dam by Black Hawk, St Trinians, Black Hawk being another good staying influence. St Trinians himself was pretty smart, was a stakes winner herself. She was a 3-time stakes winner, tried over staying trips. So going on the form out of that last start second and the breeding of this one, just got a feeling that the penny dropped for Another You out to 2,000 metres last start. Dan O'Sullivan, noted trainer of lightly raced stayers and can get one to improve. By Frosted. Frosted is an underrated sire, son of Tappet, leading US sire, especially over staying trips. So yeah, the three that we want to be backing here with good reasoning are the 12 Everlasting Kiss, 26.0, 4.8 each way, 9 Bon Mistress, 26.0, 4.8 each way, and Another You, 67.0 and 11 each way. All versus the odds-on favourite Tropical Squall, which we think is too short in the market at the 1.90 and can be opposed. That is the Ethereal Stakes race 3 at Caulfield on Saturday. Thanks.